Today we are hauling manure out of the pens. We pile it throughout the year. We scrape these pens, keep them clean, and pile the manure in the middle of the field. And now we are loading it with this big loader into our trucks, hauling it to the field. We're going to spread it in and dumping it in piles. Meet the Peterson family. Our dad, the three Peterson brothers, and our families farm together in central Kansas. Our family farm started in 1882 and has been raising cattle and crops ever since. Please subscribe to this channel and give us a like and a comment if you enjoy the video.
Okay, I'm in our, what is called the hay shed, but we don't store hay in. I'm grabbing our second feed wagon here. So this is the starter wagon. We haven't been using it because we've been using one ration to start all the cattle, that triticale silage based ration. And then also I will grab the manure spreader back here. We'll hook the 7R on that one and the 7130 on this one. So this tractor has had some time off over the summer from starting cattle, but now we're feeding enough cattle that we'll want both rations. We'll bump up those ones that have been here for 30 days or so onto another ration, and then use this wagon for the starter ration. So I'm getting this hooked up for my dad, then I will head down and get the 7R for my parents and bring it back up here. And it's sunk way down into the manure. Cattle were in here in the shade, so I'd hook it up to the 3-point hitch, lift it up, put it on a little block, and now I'm ready to hook onto it for real. I actually left the gate open the whole time I was in there hooking on, because I knew they'd be over there by the shade and be curious about me, and I was right, they didn't get out. They did, however, follow me out. Hey, go back in there, hey! This is pin 2A. It's one of our starting pins. We still got wooden bunks. Still holding up. Okay, so I actually took the Macton header trailer down to my parents with the pickup to get this 7R. Now I got the 7R hooked up to the Kuhn manure spreader here. So we're good to clear this. Just gotta wiggle out by this cattle water up here. Got her hooked up. Time to spread some poo.
It is August 10th, still no rain. We're approaching 40 days with no rain. And I wanted to show you guys kind of a crop update to show you the effects of getting all these 100-degree days plus no rain. Some of our crops are still holding on. Some of them are starting to take a turn for the worst. So we'll start here in my yard. You can see my grass behind me. I've watered the grass close to my house, so you can see it still looks green. Been watering it quite a bit. Grass across the driveway, pretty much dead. That's how it looks a lot of places at the farmyard. The grass is struggling. Here is one of our trees in the front yard. I don't know if you can see the detail, but the leaves are just shriveling. Here's the soybeans kind of in my front yard. This is on some really good soil. And so these ones are holding on, but then if you pan over to the left just a little bit, you see this is a little tougher soil here. You can't really tell, but there's a little bit of a knoll here, and these beans are not holding on and will probably be dead by the end of the week. And they're just crunchy walking through them, losing leaves. You can see this happening in a lot of our fields, parts of the field where there's good soil, good water holding capacity. Those beans are holding on, but a lot of the beans, a lot of the double crop dryland beans are fading fast because there's either not enough moisture in the soil or the soil's just not very good. If it's tougher soil, we're seeing the beans start to die. Here we are at one of our milo fields. Milo probably has the highest potential of the crops we have left just because it is the most drought tolerant and it's the last to, you know, put on heads and seed. But it's trying to put on heads already, and it's running out of moisture to do so. You can see it's curled up here and looks dry, but still a lot of potential there. I mean, this could go a couple more weeks without rain, still have potential, whereas the soybeans, not so much. Here's the dryland corn. As you saw in the last vlog, we chopped about half of our corn, and we're gonna combine the rest of it. And it's not gonna be a bumper crop by any means, but with the price where it's at, you know, $6 corn is $6 corn. I mean, still worth combining versus chopping. Here you can see the pivot corner where we've been watering and where we haven't. Cuts across there. So yeah, these beans on the corner here are probably not gonna make beans unless it rains. Here's where we baled Nathan's yard. It has not come back. There's no green there. And the pastures, they still look a little green.
Good job. Good job, honey.
Okay, so you might be thinking, why is he swathing kochia? Well, it is mostly kochia. The neighbor had kind of like a perennial test plot or something in here last year, and it grew up, this little strip grew up to this. They were utilizing the rest of the field, but this didn't get utilized, so we're just gonna swath it up and bale it. I don't know 100% necessarily that, you know, excited to put this in a video, but I thought I better take some footage of it just in case we want it. But it should make okay feed. We sure don't want all those seeds spread on our fields, but we'll bale it up as hay. Okay, so the main stuff in here is kochia, alfalfa, kernza, which is this taller stem stuff, and probably those three things make up the main species. There's plenty of other weeds in here too. But one of the reasons I said we'd take it was because it has all this alfalfa in there, which is about premium stuff for cattle, so we took it.
Moved to another pen here. Kendall just fed these cattle across the way, but we're still loading out of this pen here.
So 4 big old scoops of this loader fills the spreader. And I gotta kind of strategically fill the right side of the left side of the scoop, whether I'm filling the front or the back. That's pretty good load on there. Okay, I'm about half done with this pile on the west side of the field, and I got some backup. That came with the M7. So the M7 and the old Kelly Ryan rig, they'll kind of fill in some corners and areas that I don't fit into and turn into as easily. That loader dwarfs the spreader it's dumping into, but it sure is nice to have. Okay, right as he's pulling out, I'm pulling in, and we keep the loader moving. Just leave the loader running. Man, my radio's loud. Alright, Dad's on his way back. I'm getting going spreading here. I drive a little slower until the beaters fill up. Pick up the pace a little bit. Going about 6.5 thick today, just because I have a pretty short pass. You might wonder why we have strips of corn. Those are there so that the crop insurance company can figure our APH. Since we won't get a yield per acre on this field, we took the tons off. So we calculated our amount of tons per acre, but we won't know the exact yield. They'll give us an estimated yield based on the strips we left in the field. So that goes towards our APH. So our average corn yield across all of our fields. It's important. You want that to be high so that on a year where you have a failed crop, you have an average yield to base off of. And if you do ever receive a payment, that's where you calculate your yield. So you want to raise good yields on the good years so that on a poor year, you do get a little bit of payment if it fails. Okay, so I'm back out here after lunch. I was a little late for lunch, but I helped put my girls down for a nap. Now I'm back out here. Dad is not out here yet, but I guess I'll go ahead and load his spreader for him so it's ready when he gets here. And then that's the size of the bucket that we are scooping. So it looks pretty big from this side. It takes 4 scoops, but they don't all 4 have to be full to fill the big spreader. So this was definitely our biggest upgrade to our manure spreading enterprise this year. Although it wasn't just bought for just manure, it's been good for lots of other things too. I can fill this one in 2 scoops. There you can see poo being spread. Out the back. I'm going at an angle to these stalks. I was going straight on earlier. We're knocking this pile out pretty quick now. My dad's here running the second one. All right, there goes Dad again. Try to pull up.
Putting nutrients back on the soil.
On to the next pile. Corn!
Whoa.
Yep. Is that right? Then what? Uh-huh.
Birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Blair. Happy birthday to you.
Now you can blow it out. Can you blow out the candle?
Yay! Thanks for watching, everyone. Check out our music videos linked in the description. You can also follow us on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, Snapchat, and explore our website, www.petersonfarmbrothers.com. See you guys next time.